Alrighty. I'm gonna be sure to hop into my screen to ensure, like, the audio's clear overall, which it obviously is. Not like necessarily to be like severe, but overall, you know what I'm specifically referring to. Yeah, I mean. But yo, what's good, chat? How y'all feeling today? I'm feeling blessed. Back was more of me playing Fortnite with my homie AZ. We're gonna actually do a roleplay, but if you want to see quite a bit of behind the scenes, might as well. Hope there's no issues within this live stream. Typically, when I play GT, though, or Roblox with my sister, but not like I'm gonna yell whatever. But yeah, when I'm streaming, and this is not my first rodeo, like, it's my stream, I'm not being arrogant, I'm just saying, like, it's my stream, I can mention whatever, Like, don't worry about when I talk or whatever. Anyways, without further ado, let's get shit. And I just put AZ in the title, just if he like calls me whatever, because I called him and he didn't answer, so. And hey, I'm not spamming. See what you're overall hearing in the background chat? Alright, I'm gonna see what I left up in that one stream. Like GT was me, don't know where we're at. They're not like AIs, so. Alrighty, I'm gonna head towards a tunnel. About what? About what? Just other issues. Busy and like I didn't have a chance to. Feeling about possibly later today. We'll see, because I'm gonna consider you to the bar later today. Like, just a time, Like, in terms of the current lot chat, like, despite the film laws being temporarily chat. Hey, you gonna head to my arcade? I'm pretty sure that's all I checked. Or, Alright, now I'm gonna check my other stream overall. The ones I just mentioned overall, like, was it from the past, the ones we currently have, and the ones in the future, like, any new ones that they... See me chat. In terms of like his parents, but overall, I meant, what's your own thoughts? But yeah, despite the age criminal laws being temporarily but yeah, nothing should have an age verification, I mean, you can't for IDs, like, if a person is like 5 or 6, you'd be like, oh my gosh, your brain has enlarged, you're not mentally mature, that's 1, and 2, your organs haven't enlarged. Well, they are enlarging, but it's more rapid, like, and more consistent and profound, like, as, and more immediate, like, like as you're going through puberty, Like you're mentally mature. Like, what I mean by mentally mature, meaning like you're more aware of your mental maturity when you're like 7, for both boys and girls, despite the age formula being temporarily like I mean. But anyway, as I specifically mentioned in my recent live stream, I specifically mentioned like while I'm president at exactly 30 years old on exactly 2035, and while Farhan is exactly 32 years old, as a vice president at exactly or on exactly 2035 or yeah 2035, like on exactly 2035, I mentioned that I'm going to most likely remove all age requirement laws and on exactly 2035 and ensuring that it's permanently illegal / sinful to enforce any of the age crime laws. Like overall, like what I specifically mentioned in my recent live streams, like overall, like regardless of what games I played, well, GT or whatever, of what I mentioned it on, and how I mentioned like perfect age, I'm gonna most likely choose like as I specifically mentioned in my recent live stream, yeah, I mean, like regardless of our chronological age, and regardless of our mental maturity, yeah, I mean, especially the chronological ages I specifically mentioned in my recent live stream, yeah, I mean, but anyway. So they could possibly ask for your ID just so they can check the yearbook. Okay, you're being asked by your age, and you're. So they could possibly ask for your ID just so they can check the yearbook. Okay, you're being asked by your age, and you're able to handle it mentally, meaning you're able to be responsible, and physically in terms of your organs. Yeah. Like how it enlarges. Despite the age criminal laws being temporarily, yeah. But yeah, overall, despite the age criminal laws being temporarily, yeah, I mean. Anyway. That's why I'm gonna have to stream every day. I was busy, I was working, and when I got back home, I just wanna do whatever, Yo, so far, how you feeling, brother? Yeah, exactly. Another day, another dollar, bro. Exactly. Yeah, Farhan's looking forward to being a vice president. He wants to make the world perfect, make our country perfect. Um, and yeah, I didn't catch up to all the texts you and screenshots you mentioned, but I've witnessed and figured it's about Patty. Considering the fact you got the Jacob Winningham shit situated. And I mean piece of shit, chat. You know what I'm referring to. This is a cool skin. They made him look whack, but okay, actually I'm not gonna possibly get it. Not as cool, but it's like a whack skin. And then when I mentioned AZ, his opinion will be different or whatever. Exactly, bro. She can head to prison for creating fake accounts and hacking two people accounts, acting like it's that person when it was her who hacked. My fucking goodness. I'm about to begin to play Fortnite solos. Build, obviously. I love builds. Hold on, let me see when that will end. September's in exactly 1 more month, so I'm possibly gonna get this situated. So I'm possibly gonna play OG for quite a while. Might as well. But yeah, how you been, Farhan? How you been? But yeah, my subs should real shit like ask me like they could like give me the presidential test. Like what would I possibly do as president? I mean, I could possibly mention certain things. I can like well, I've already mentioned the changes for exactly 2029 and 2035. It's yeah. Yeah, same here, Farhan. I'm alright because I had to deal with something on my last live stream. If you watch that, you'll be like, damn, man. They gotta listen. Be like, oh, you know how he is. I'm not possessed. That's who I am. That's how I defend myself verbally. I could be like that to someone as well, and fist towards their face will be the next thing out of self-defense, though. And they don't necessarily want that, so. No, I meant like last live stream is when that occurred, but it's all good, Farhan. If you watch that, that's cool. That's a W. Oh yeah, we'll be sure to mention to our instructor as well. I'm not gonna mention her name, but actually no, it's Christy. That's our instructor for our internship. Excuse me, chat. And she mentioned I cussed my brother. I didn't cuss at him. Like he didn't actually do shit towards me. Paradise Palms. Actually, let's head towards here. It's been quite a while. But yeah, it's been quite a while since I played Fortnite, chat, so I gotta see what quests I gotta consider getting situated. But it's Fortnite OG, so I'm not able to check my quests, possibly after this match. But how you all been, chat? Obviously, I'm feeling great and blessed overall, so Phasey asks, like, what I'm doing at the moment. Yeah, I don't know. Same here, bro. I haven't played Fortnite in quite a while as well, bro. Well, you haven't played in quite a while, like, longer. I've been playing Fortnite whenever. You know? See me, chat. Damn, my voice quite dry because I had to deal with shit at my last live stream. Y'all know, chat. If I get plenty of views, they're gonna be like, wow, his siblings, you know? They're gonna be shocked about, like, how they act, you know? But yeah, I'm looking forward to heading to the bar, you know? I'm just, like, wondering why they had to raise it to 21. They could have just removed it from the get-go and figured out an idea. Raising it is not gonna do anything. It's just gonna make it worse. Taking away the freedom, you're just being arrogant, you know? And not all countries are like that. Mexico and Canada, well, they should have removed theirs, but obviously, I'm pretty sure they didn't raise theirs and they just kept it. Come on, bruh. But I'm saying for other people. For me, I don't have to worry about it, but for other people, they're like, oh, I want alcohol, I want energy drink, I want to do this, that, and that. Despite the age criminal laws being temporarily changed, I mean. And I already mentioned the changes for 2029 and 2035. I even mentioned it on this group chat that I'm currently on Snapchat called the Big Holy Fam about the changes as well. So they should understand. Oh, I actually have to leave like 6:30, chat. But Farhan, his brother is great. Of course he's gonna have to be an ass. Hey, you better run away, bitch. Yeah, far distance wouldn't necessarily work with this weapon, apparently. Unfortunately. GG's, brother. See me, chat. But hey, Farhan, I mentioned to Angel, like, it was on his girl and not me. But you mentioned you were pissed at me, but it seemed like, it's all good, bro. Like, I'd never make mistakes. Let's be honest. Whether it comes to what I mentioned about him, about, like, why he mentioned that, if you know what I'm referring to, like, you know, I'm not gonna mention on stream, but you know what I'm referring to. And, when I didn't mean to look at his girl's camera, which I didn't mean to. I look at every girl, so that's just my feeling. But I mentioned to him that I don't look at it, obviously. And, like, what happened yesterday. Because, like I mentioned in that Big Holy Fame group chat and on my recent live streams, if you've watched whatever, like, I'm without sins, without mistakes, and very righteous in terms of me being a virtue. You know what I mean? Like, through God and my Jesus Christ, man, like, he knows I'm meant to be a virtue. Not out of arrogance, but out of the truth. Just because this world's not perfect, so he's gotta send someone who is overall perfect. You know what I mean? See me, chat. And Farhan, he's lowly sanctified, meaning he can either choose to rest in peace or not. And that there's not necessarily much sin within him. So he's a great guy. He's half perfect and half imperfect. But he uses majority of his perfection compared to imperfection. But it's all good, Farhan. Like you mentioned that nobody's perfect and everybody makes mistakes. No, majority of the human population, so majority of people make mistakes. Majority of people sins. And majority of people are not righteous. And majority of people are not virtues. And majority, yeah, don't say all people. Don't mention all are humans. Yeah, obviously everybody expresses their emotions, but you don't see me being sad unless there's a reason. But I'm typically a pissy guy. I'm pretty sure you know why, which is associated with my traumatic situation, which you know what I'm specifically referring to, aka my rare specific type of mental trauma, which is very rare and very temporary, and overall very decreased, like very decreased overall. Yeah, I mean, so you know. I'll see now my stream. I was hoping so you can know what I specifically mentioned. Unless he is here, who knows? But yeah, last time I mentioned my dad, like, you're lucky I didn't have views. If I did, I would just mute my mic, and it's not like child abuse because it's not my child, but it's self-defense. Because child abuse, I feel like it's more like you're abusing your own child, not someone who is temporarily, physically a kid slash child within the mortal body, because that's self-defense when you're hitting. But apparently they mentioned that if you hit younger people, you'll head to prison when you're defending yourself. Like, they're a human being overall, regardless of the chronological age, and regardless of their mental maturity. Yeah, I mean, especially the chronological ages. I especially mentioned my recent live stream. Yeah, I mean, despite the age formula being temporarily. Yeah, I mean. Oops. Hold up. But if it's your own child, like, I would say self-defense. Just be aware. Don't child abuse. Because child abuse means like your own children. That's how you should be aware of when you drink alcohol. That's like another thing you have to be aware. That would have to be for me. Until I get my brain surgery, then I don't have to worry about it. Because I'm pretty sure it just shows my traumatic situation, chat. Which you all know what I'm supposed to be referring to when I mean my traumatic situation. Yeah, I mean. So even if I don't drink alcohol, it may seem like it, the way I would act. But I feel like being an alcoholic is more worse compared to how I would react or act overall. Yeah, I mean. But anyway, I'm pretty sure Farhan would head back to the stream to whatever I mentioned, you know. I'm gonna film a lot about afterwards, chat. And AZ haven't necessarily called me, so. Oh, hold up. My friends called me. Angel's girl, hold up. I'm gonna mute myself because of whatever she mentions. I'll just mention Angel's. My bad, chat. I had to chat about something personal with my homie's girl. His wifey, you know. Right, should I possibly use this? Might as well. Oh, hold up, they called. Yo, do you want me to add a refund to this call?
Hold on, I did. Hold on,
All right.
I'm working it. Hello?
Yeah, you got him?
Yo.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm in here. Alright, Jay, I got it situated. I have to mute my mic because it was, you know, don't want to show anything on here. I mean, I could, but, you know. But AZ didn't call me, so... Oh, hold up, she's called me. I'm gonna mute myself. But before I enter, I'm gonna end right here. If you want to see more of me playing Fortnite, be sure to leave a comment down below. I'll also end right here. Take it easy. I have to say yes because I don't want to ignore her call.